prosecution outlined how accounting practices
fuck?
of comic suckers did not.
What kind of likeness is that?
If they were great artists, they'll be in a museum.
Evidence today may signal at least one.
You fucking fodder for cartoonists now?
It's time for another episode of Gutter Boys. Gutter Boys is a small press comics podcast about the ins, the outs, the highs, and the lows of making comics. I'm your host, JB, with my co-host, Cam. Today's guest is Child Wonderkin, Nate Garcia, a Philadelphia-based cartoonist. Their recent book, Alonzo Sneak, you can pick it up directly from him. Just reach out to him on his Instagram account, Nate Garcia's Cartoons. His last name does not have an actual S on it, but all of his social media and emails does for some reason.
Yes.
Good move, Nate. Yeah. Very smart. Before we get into that, we're going to go ahead and touch on some things here. This one's going to be a brief intro, mostly because the interview does run a bit long.
So yeah, if you're listening to this on the day it drops, it is Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. September the 6th, we are actually just wrapping up a comics retreat in Hawking Hills, Ohio. We will be at the Blockfort Studios and Gallery today from 12 to 5 p.m. at 162 North 6th Street in Columbus, Ohio. A lot of people are going to be there besides us. Brian from Bubbles, Sean Knickerbocker, M.S. Harkness, Brian Moss, Caroline Cash, Sam Zabo, Patrick Ian Rooks, Evan Salazar, Blake Sims, Audra Stang, Mike Freyheit, Alex Knoll, Dylan Chadwick, Caleb Arecchio, Emmy Jennis. I'm probably forgetting somebody, but it's a stacked lineup. Come meet us. I'll actually have a brand new comic out that's making its debut at the show, Vacation 3. I don't know what JB's going to have. He might plug his shit. You never know, but you can come say what's up to us. I know that you do have to provide proof of vaccination and wear a face mask before you can come in, though.
Yes, and Cam, I thought you weren't going to be at the tabling event.
So Evan actually got a flight the next day instead, so we will be there. We're just not staying the night that night.
Okay.
So we'll be headed to town right after the show. We'll head back to Louisville.
That's good news.
Yeah.
That's news to me, and it's good news.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll be tabling together, JB and I. Come say what's up. The roster's stacked. I mean, God, we probably had more than half of those people on the show.
Yes. Meet two of the most insufferable podcasters on the internet.
Yeah, but speaking of that lineup, we are doing this week-long cabin retreat in the woods in Ohio. You know, for anybody that's, frowning on, gatherings and whatnot, we all have to be vaccinated and provide negative COVID tests before going. So, we're being as safe as possible. But that being said, we are bringing a mobile podcasting rig with us. So to be completely honest, we're planning on recording a lot of interviews with the, people staying there and a lot of Patreon stuff. Nate McDonough doesn't know this yet, but we're going to do a long boxes style episode for Patreon where we talk about what we're digging for. I haven't told him that yet, but I'm going to force him to do it at the cabin. Stuff like that. So we might have some interesting shows going up on Patreon, and we're going to record some normal format interviews with some of the people staying there as well. So we're looking forward to getting a lot of content for the rest of the year to kind of round it out as well. So come see us today at the Blockfort Studios and Gallery. Bring some money, buy our books, buy everybody else's books. And just come say what's up. That being said, though, we have a lot of shout outs. We do want to go ahead and get some shout outs in on this episode before we get into our interview with Nate. So first thing here on the top of the pile is another comic from Coco Pollock. Coco sent over copies of their new book, Corpse Star Cycle. And to be honest, I was a fan of the comics that I'd saw before of theirs, but this book is a lot better. Not to say that other stuff was bad, but it felt more cohesive. I really like the way that the art changes throughout the book. It seems like, there's some splashes going on, full page images, and then it'll go into panels. Really interesting stuff going on, though. You can find Coco online at Coco Pollock 69 and Tobangus, Tobangus.
We also have from Buster Cagle, issue 1 of The Last Aviatrix. We actually forgot to shout them out on the last episode, so here's our belated shout out.
Yeah, that book was really cool. Buster messaged me saying that, he was trying to channel that early Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle energy from the Laird and Eastman stuff, and it's a fun little book.
Yeah, black and white, which I love to see. Can't really say much because I don't have it in hand.
And yeah, you can check out Buster's work and pick up a copy of The Last Aviatrix on his Instagram at Buster Cagle, Cagle.
We also got from our friend Ryan Alves, Bubblegum Maelstrom number 3 in the mail. This is a full color comic.
Yep. Pretty thick, too. Has a spine.
Yeah, and it's wild. I really, really dig his work, and I'm glad he's a fan.
Yeah, you can check Ryan out and get a copy at Alvstagram on Instagram. Also want to shout out Ryan Awful Quiet. Ryan sent in Good, Great, Okay, issue number 1. It's a story about Rusty, a robot-looking character here. I really like the color palette that Ryan used there. Ryan's in our Discord, so he's always posting the stuff that he's working on in there, so it's really cool to see that Ryan's got a comic out. You can check him out on Instagram at Awful Quiet.
And then from Kansas City, we have Jordan Kroger, who sent over his trade paperback, The Fist, which collects all previous issues of his self-published title. He also sent over the first 2 issues of Tiger Boy versus the World, which I have not checked out yet, so I'm very interested to see how this one turned out. I've seen The Fist around. I still have the first couple of issues. Jordan is someone I ran into quite often at comic shows back when that was a thing. But yeah, Jordan's a great dude, solid work ethic. He's pumping out the work and he's doing it himself. And I'm very, very interested to see what else he has coming down the pipeline in the future. And then let's see, we have Concrete Carcass by Kyle Tornaby and Anthony Bianco. This is volume 1 through 3, as well as the last volume of their horror comic. Also black and white. We got a letter from Kyle Tornaby along with the Concrete Carcass issues. Hey, Cam and JB, thanks for taking the time to read these comics. I'm getting to it. Don't worry. Concrete Carcass is a queer, anti-capitalist horror comic inspired by dead malls and abandoned retail spaces. The initial story was conceived by my friend Anthony Bianco. We both contribute story and design concepts, though he is primarily the writer and I am primarily the artist. I design all the covers and logos and layout of the books. If you like these, there's another volume coming out online towards the end of the summer. Oh, okay. You can find me and links to my shop and the comics in its entirety for free on Twitter at Kyle_me_now and Anthony at anthonyandthemountain.bandcamp.com. Hope you enjoy the comics. Kyle, thank you very much for sending over your work. I do like the very straightforward black cover of the first 3 volumes.
Yeah, for sure. He was doing some interesting page layouts that kind of reminded me of like older, like superhero kind of stuff, even though that's not what the book is. But there were some page layouts that seemed very like classically influenced that I thought were pretty cool. So yeah, you can get a copy of that and check out Kyle online at Stop Making SNES, SNES on Instagram or patreon.com/Kyle Tornby.
That's also one of the few writer and artist teams that you see in small press. It's not that common.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, to be honest, you don't really see it too much. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. So, props to y'all for making it work. Last but not least, for this episode, we have the brand new issue of Sludgy number 3 that Rob Mirsky sent over. Mirsky sent us every issue of Sludgy so far, and it's always a treat to get. Kind of reminds me of the old Harvey comics with, a little bit more of a mature spin on it. That's also got humorous moments. Sludgy is made of like toxic waste, but kind of reminds me of like a Casper the Friendly Ghost as far as like the way he looks. Just imagine that, but melting. And Mirsky does a really good job. And with each passing issue, it seems like Sludgy becomes more and more defined. You can check out his work at Mersk Tunes on Instagram, and definitely recommend checking this one out. I know Strangers always gets Mirsky's books, so even though he's up north in Canada, for you US people, if you want to save on shipping, just hit up Strangers. If you want to send us books, we always post stuff on our Instagram and tag you and, shout you out here on the show. Just message us at Gutterboyspod. The reason why JB hasn't seen some of them is because I usually send them over once or twice a month, just kind of let a few stack up. That way we can save on shipping. So, that being said, though, he always does get them, and you can message us for one address to save on shipping, and we'll hook you up with that. So, there's a few of you all that have been rating and reviewing our podcast. So we appreciate that. Like we said a couple episodes ago, when we we put out a new shirt, we're going to draw from the list of reviewers for a free shirt the next time one comes out. So if you want to leave us a 1-star, 5-star, whatever, however you feel. We got some bad ones on there. We got some good ones, mainly good. Yeah, so if you want to leave us a review, just go ahead and leave us one. And before we get out of here, we got to plug our Patreon at gutterboys.top or patreon.com/gutterboys. Every month you can get Pimp Digest delivered to you. It's a zine that always has our friends and artwork from us, or you can just get bonus episodes or both. I really think that when you're hearing this, it's September. I think that this will be the first month of the Hawking Hills content, so we'll be announcing what that is on the next episode and through social media and so forth, but it'd probably be a good month to check it out if you haven't yet, and that's at gutterboys.top or patreon.com/gutterboys.
So we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we will be joined by Nate Garcia, so stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
Rust Belt Review is a quarterly comics lit magazine featuring serialized and short-form comics from some of the most exciting cartoonists in the small press scene today. Volume 1 features work from Gutter alums M.S. Harkness, Audra Stang, and Caleb Orecchio, along with work by Andrew Greenstone, Sean Knickerbocker, and Juan Jose Fernandez. You can order your copy of Rust Belt Review today by going to rustbeltreview.org. Enter in promo code GUTTER to receive $2 off your order. Again, that website is rustbeltreview.org. Promo code GUTTER.
Floodland brings together a series of personal and natural disasters featured in comics by Australian cartoonist and cult hero Jonathan McBurney. Beginning with the protagonist's chronic illness, it relates a long period of bizarre artistic practices, awkward art school relationships, the brutal reality of the 9-to-5 grind of this emerging artist, and culminates in the massive flood in his hometown. The peripheral characters whose lives orbit the same places and occasionally overlap through mundane circumstances include Batskiat, an artist-cum-superhero whose successes are vastly out of proportion with his talents, Picasso Minotaur, a brawny beefcake sculptor with fire in his belly and hate in his heart, and Kirby Kelly, a hapless and constantly flummoxed experiment gone wrong. Floodland is a 96-page hardcover available from arglebarglebooks.com. Check out jonathanmcburney.com and king_of_nails on Instagram for more beefcake, wrestling, and existential conundrums.
Now, back to our program.
And welcome back from the break. Today we are joined by Philadelphia-based child cartoonist Nate Garcia.
Goddamn.
No, Nate, are you 19 now?
Yeah, I'm 19 now.
Alrighty,
Still ripe.
Yeah, so Nate is here today just running circles around everybody. You probably know him for his books, Alonzo Sneak, as well as his one-man anthology, Horn Rim. We're actually really happy to have him on the show. It's been a long time in the making, but let's just go ahead and start it off with what everybody wants to hear today. Nate, what did you have for breakfast?
Well, I had 3 donuts for my fat brown body, and they were great.
Hell yeah. What kind of donuts? Were they just like plain glazed? What kind of donuts you rocking with?
No, there's a place in Philly called Dottie's Donuts, and I go there sometimes, and I had they have a pumpkin cheesecake filled donut.
Okay.
And it was too much.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Rich or whatever?
Yeah, way too rich. And then I had they have this flavor called chocolate Oreo cold brew. Got that.
That sounds like too much. How was that?
Oh, that was perfect.
Okay,
It was perfect.
okay.
Yeah, this place is so bougie. It's great.
So what do the donuts put you back? Is it like 3 for $12?
It's oh no, I just got 3 donuts. It was like $2.50 each.
Oh, okay.
donut.
So they're not taxing. That's sick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. JB, are you a donut dude?
I am not as much, like, it's not something I get on the regular,
Right.
But Jill, my girlfriend, fucking loves donuts. Like, we've gotten Krispy Kreme delivered here like 10 times at least since we moved here.
Hell yeah. I don't know if this is like only in Louisville. I'm sure it's everywhere, but if you pass a Krispy Kreme and the light's on, that means that the donuts are fresh. So
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't front, man. They're really good. So
Yeah, no, totally. I'm a glazed guy, but I like a cake donut, like a blueberry or a strawberry cake
Ooh,
donut.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, if you're ever at Dunkin' Donuts at a show or something, because
Yeah,
usually,
have you heard of this little place called Dunkin' Donuts?
well, I just feel like Dunkin'. Every show I've been to, comics wise, like there's always a Dunkin' Donuts to get an iced coffee nearby, and I always get a cake donut for breakfast. If
They always put way too much milk in those things.
Oh yeah, I just asked for it black.
Yep.
And the craziest thing is when you ask somebody who works in like a fast food kind of establishment for a black coffee, they're like, "What the fuck?"
oh
like,
yeah, they think you're insane.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like you don't want to go into diabetic coma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like it black, so.
Yeah, same.
My girlfriend sometimes gets it, and it's just so much milk. And it just looks like just white. It's just like a white drink.
Yeah, no good.
Just drink milk.
Yeah.
Right. Half
Like
and
at
half.
that point, you're just drinking milk.
Yeah. I've got no interest. I like it real bitter.
Hell yeah. So, Nate, what are you working on right now? I know Alonzo Sneak just came out, but I mean, that's your like second book this year. And, I talk to you a lot and you're always fucking working on something. So what are you working on right now?
Right now, I'm like 5 pages into my next book, but I'm going really slow and just taking my time with it because I'm working at the zoo right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also I'm doing like pet portraits right now. I'm doing just like miscellaneous commission work right now too. Just juggling a lot of milk jugs, and I'm almost done with like figuring out everything I want to put in the book.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all just Play-Doh right now.
Right? Is it? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen still.
Is it Horn Rim 4? Is it more Alonzo stuff? Or
no, yeah, it's more Alonzo stuff. I don't know when I'll do another Horn Rim book.
Oh, okay. You think it might be done?
I don't know. I kind of feel like the one-man anthology is like a little bit like on the nose, like having every issue be like different stories.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like it could be more fun to have one world, kind of, but with different kinds of stories in that same playing field. If that makes sense. Like, I just want to branch out a focused idea, and instead of just doing random things.
It's interesting that you've already made that decision for yourself because all jokes aside, I said child cartoonist at the beginning of the show, but I mean, you are very young, and it's you've got 4 comics that you've put out already, plus like a sketchbook zine, and that's what I know of. I don't know if you were putting stuff out, before I was aware of your work, but have comics been around your whole life? I mean, obviously you're in real deep right now.
Yeah.
So what's your relationship with them?
Well, I started making folded comics in 2008, and
how old are you then? In 2008?
For first grade.
Okay.
So like,
Jesus.
Oh damn! what the fuck were these about? Tying shoes? Like what?
No. They were
Nate,
about.
tell them what they're about. Yeah, tell them the truth. Tell the listeners the truth.
They were about my teacher, Miss Cervenka, or I call her Kim now. But
okay.
She had this just crazy
booty.
No, she had a crazy Texas 28-year-old woman life. And she would tell us these stories about her roommates, about her friend's band, about this on and off boyfriend. And I would just soak it all in. She was my muse. And I would just, she would just tell us these stories, and then I would go home and I would make I would just make a zine about it. I would just give it to her. She has all of them still. It's just like a huge stack. I think it's like 60 books or something like that.
It's cool that she took it so well, because some people would take that as serial killer behavior.
Oh, yeah, it's very serial killer behavior. Well, people in Texas, they give you the benefit of the doubt.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, all they got to do is, reach on their belt and pull out their gun if something goes wrong, so...
Right.
Yeah. No, I think that's actually, really awesome. And so, after that, though, I mean, were you doing comics did you do all 60 of those comics while you were in first grade, or is this a character you worked with, for a while when you were a child?
It was a while, and then so I think it was 2008 to probably 2009 or 2010. The beginning of it was whenever I stopped and I branched off, and then I had a character named Unratty Fratty, which was just Ratatouille. It's just ripping it off. It's just a rat who didn't like to be a rat, and I used to do this thing when I was little where I would watch a movie and I would have a huge stack of computer paper, and I would watch 2 seconds of the movie, and then I would draw that part of the movie with speech bubbles. I would just make Spider-Man 2, the graphic novel, in a day, but it's just stick figures and shitty artwork.
So you mentioned... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's just how I absorbed the movies I watched.
Yeah, so were you mainly getting inspiration from the movies, or were you actually like seeking out the comics?
Oh no, I was just watching the movies. You know, I didn't really really know about superhero comics until I think like the end of second grade, and then I saw the Kevin Smith and Stan Lee interview. Do you know this video? It's like called something like Monsters, Mutants, and Marvels, and it's Kevin Smith interviewing Stan Lee for like 45 minutes, and then it shows like all the old covers, and I'd never seen those before, and so that really, really inspired me.
Well, and one thing, that is really impressive is your style already seems so refined. So you probably never stopped drawing or making art, I'm assuming, as you were growing up.
Yeah, I never stopped. When I was in middle school, I think was the height of my love for comics, and I would get so depressed that I couldn't finish a book because I used to make these small books in first grade, and then by middle school, I was like in 6th and 7th grade, and I would just do, I stopped doing the books, and I would just draw on a piece of paper and then put it in a sleeve and a binder, and then those would be the pages.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I would draw one page and then color that one page and then run out of steam and then be sad I could never finish it. And I would start over. And so I really fell out of love with it, and I just felt like I would just feel like I couldn't do anything. And I kept the drawing, but I didn't start doing comics again until the end of junior year in high school. And throughout high school, I didn't do any kind of comics at all. And I just wanted to be a rock star, like
Hell yeah.
in a band. And then I fell back in love with it.
You said you weren't really, reading comics growing up. So how did you get exposed to them to even know how to make them? I mean, was it just something that you were just like, you knew of like in the peripheries of your mind, or did you actually have some books around the house?
Oh yeah. Those first zines I did for my teacher in 2008 were just pretty much like the Junie B. Jones like children's books like that. They were like really small paperback novels that were like 80 pages with like huge illustrations in them. That's pretty much what I was doing. And then that same first grade teacher gave me Bone. It was the Scholastic reissues in color. It was number 6, Old Man's Cave. I had no context for anything that was going on in the story, but I'd never seen a comic like that at that point. And I just fell in love with that. And then that's whenever I started to really understand what comics were. And my dad had a copy of Pip and Norton by Dave Cooper in the bathroom, and I was not allowed to read it, but I would go in there all the time and read that shit.
I was going to say, of course you were reading it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So you did mention that you didn't stop making art. Were you doing paintings, or what were you doing, in your downtime from comics, between middle school and high school?
Yeah, I just wanted to be like Robert Williams, where he just does these huge illustrations that are just not even comics, or just random images. Mm-hmm. And I did a ton of those throughout high school, like just a ton of just like 18 by 24 colored illustrations with just they pretty much look like how I draw now, but they're in color, and there's no comics involved. And I just wanted to do that. And then I got really, really bored. And I started doing this weird thing in my sketchbooks where I would draw something really big, and then I would draw the exact same thing really small. And it doesn't sound like anything, but I think that was like my brain trying to tell me that I wanted to like redraw the same thing, like how like in a comic where you're drawing the same thing over and over again, like a character or like a background. But I didn't know why I wanted to draw. I just kept repeating, just kept repeating things in my sketchbooks. And then I realized it was because I wanted to do comics.
Hell yeah. You mentioned that, it always kind of comes back to comics. Do you think that you're a lifer at this point? I mean, I know that's, a big question. You have your whole life in front of you, but do you feel like you're going to be involved with comics on and off, or, consistently for a while?
Oh, yeah. I think so now. I think because I've realized what I really want to do is comics, because it's just everything. It combines everything that I've wanted to pretty much do. Like I can do those huge illustrations for like a cover, or just like a random, interior cover or something. And it's there's more meat to it because it's part of something else. It's not just a random image. And I think just everything I've ever wanted to do is there for me in comics.
Well, and I do want to get back to comics, of course, but I do want to talk about your day job, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you post the work on there, on the on your Instagram. So you're a character artist during the day is it the Philly Zoo?
Yeah, Philly Zoo, yeah.
Okay. Did you want an art job? Did that kind of fall into your lap? Is that something that, because usually the dynamic of work is you go to work and you don't want to do anything that resembles work, at home.
Yeah.
So you do that shit all day. You're making
All
comics
day.
and drawing. Do you like that or do you hate that?
Well, your hand hurts after a while.
Of course, yeah.
But I started doing caricatures in 2016. I used to work at Dorney Park, which is just like Six Flags, but just like way more dirty.
Hang on, 2016. So
Yeah,
this is
how are you
5 years
working?
ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So the story of that is, so I used to live in Allentown, PA, which is an hour from Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the place Dorney Park. And anyone from Eastern PA knows, and probably New Jersey and New York know about Dorney Park. And it's just, we had season passes, and I would go and I would just pretty much just watch the caricature artists the whole time. My family would go do rides and stuff. I was just too scared to go on the rides. And I would
Did
just
they ever
watch
tell you to
them.
fuck off?
No, and they probably should have, because I was really, really, I was really there every day, because I lived really close, and I would just watch them, and then they all got to know me, and they were like 18 and 21 and 16. I was 13. It was kind of weird dynamic, but I was never rude, and I was never that annoying. I would just watch them from like afar.
Mm-hmm.
But then they started to know me, and they would do like free demo drawings of me. And like one time, this guy Brian, who worked there, he let me come in at like 9:30, like 30 minutes before they closed, and let me draw at the easel. And like he taught me a lot of stuff, even when I wasn't even working there. He was like just pretty much just giving me free training. And then the next year, I applied like properly. And my first day was on my 14th birthday when I was finally legally able to work. And I've pretty much been doing it ever since then. But now it's the same company that runs the caricatures in Dorney. It's the one that's in the Philly Zoo. So it's just a transfer.
Do you have much creative freedom? Or do you feel like you have creative freedom doing a job like that? I mean, obviously you got to draw the person, but I mean,
Yeah.
Do you make it fun for yourself in any way, or do you find it fun?
I'm pretty much phoning it in every day now.
Hell yeah.
I couldn't be more jaded at that job.
Yes.
I've lost every bit of love, every bit of joy. It's pretty much just a sleazy sales job. You're just constantly upselling people. And
Right.
on frames, on mats, on tubes, which is where it's just a toilet paper roll and 2 caps at the end, and we roll the paper up, and it's $8. And but for creative freedom, no, not really. Pretty much phoning it in. There's a style that is known when you think of caricature.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to draw a person the way I draw a comic, it couldn't be more different. It would be an automatic reject. And the goal is to get it done as fast as possible.
Right.
So I don't want to spend too much time being creative. By the time the person sits down, I just want it to be over.
Right.
Do you ever purposefully try and draw the subject as ugly as possible?
Yeah. So that actually happened one time. Me and my friend Topher were drawing some people in Dorney.
Yeah.
They were being so rude. They were just being total dicks, and like pretty much just telling us how to do our job. And on a July Saturday at 3:00, it's over. Like there's no more empathy, no more kindness and customer service.
Yeah.
And so, it's 100 degrees out, and we just want to leave. It was 2018, and they were just being rude. And so I whispered to him, and he was the one drawing. I said, "Make them cry." And probably not the best way to go about it, but I wouldn't do that today. But
What was the reaction? Did they get pissed?
so he drew. The girl was like, "Can you make my hair not big?" Because her hair was just frizzy because it was hot out.
Right.
And so he made it so the girl's head was at the bottom, and basically 2/3 of the page was just her huge hair. And then her boyfriend was at the top grinning and with the razor.
Oh, fuck.
Hell yeah.
And so they saw it, and the guy was just beyond pissed. And so he was just talking like, "Are you serious? Like, is this a joke to you?" And we're kind of like, yeah, kind of is. And I don't know. It's pretty messed up, but I was getting paid $8 an hour. I did not care at all.
I mean, I thought the point of caricatures was to make them as ugly as possible.
Well, that's what everybody thinks, except you'd really be surprised. Some people they think it's going to be like...
The fuck? You think this is like a Renaissance painting? You think you're like some fucking duke or some bullshit?
They think it's going to be cute is why. And so... Like, the guy was like, he's like, you think it's real funny? It's going to be real funny when I slam your skull into the concrete. And it wasn't even comedic. He was just, like, super mad. And then his girlfriend got really mad, too. And we were just standing there non-confrontationally. I was really scared. I regretted everything at that
point. When keeping it real goes wrong. Damn.
And so then we just kept the drawing and they walked away. That was it.
Did you yell "die mad" at them?
No, I should have. Actually, I was really scared, but I remember now I was laughing. And that's why he said, you think it's a joke. Because I was laughing really hard. But I was petrified, though.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and then the park got involved, and they were just like, so what happened over here? And we just told him the story, basically. And he said, anything like that happens again, you let us know. And but they were mad at us, though.
Love that the artists have power, that they kept their job in that situation, though, because that was complete disobeying what you were supposed to do for your job. But I do want to ask you one last thing, because I know you probably don't want to talk about fucking work all day.
Oh, no, it's fun to talk about. I mean, there's a lot of fun stories, you know.
Well, you mentioned there's like a style that they want you to do. What's the training look like for that? Do they have like a head artist that like teaches that? How does that work out? Because, you know, it is a certain style, like we've been saying.
Yeah, it's a certain style. The training used to be there'd be like higher ups that come down and really train you. But now it's more like they get whoever's the supervisor there trains you, who's already not that good. And then they get mad at you whenever it doesn't look like cute enough, pretty much. Because all the great ones are gone. Because before 2016, everybody that worked at the caricature stand at my local park was like 30 years old, and they were like masters of their craft. But I guess the company doesn't really treat them very well. So they either go to a park that pays more, like somewhere in California, or quit and do their own job, like their own business. And but right now it's just like 15-year-olds and art school graduates who blame the world for why they're not successful, I guess.
Yeah. Alrighty. So you go home after drawing all fucking day.
Yeah.
Is it hard for you to sit down and readjust to making comics?
I thought it would be, because now I'm working more than I've ever worked on my own art. But now when I go home, it's like a weird way of unwinding and relaxing, like doing the comic. And it's like, you know, I put a DVD in the DVD player, and I'm just like, my hand is still kind of on fire. But it's like the feeling like when you go on a walk and then you finally sit down, and it kind of feels like I'm not really exerting a lot of energy drawing the comic, so it's like I'm relaxing and working at the same time. Mm-hmm. It's probably super unhealthy. I haven't done it long enough now to see the negative impacts. Yeah,
I was going to say you need to look up some exercises and whatnot if you're not, because don't want you coming out the end of the wrong way.
Yeah, my hand's kind of on fire right now, but that's just because I was lifting a ton of boxes yesterday at the zoo. We have to do a lot of, like when we get new frames, we have to walk. It's a very labor-intensive job.
Sounds like that part would suck ass, especially in the heat, but...
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much used to it at this point, but I can imagine anybody that thought it would just be drawing, they would probably be pissed.
Right. Do you set a schedule for yourself with making comics? Like, or are you pretty much just like, you know, you seem prolific enough to where it seems like you probably have a lot of dedication to making sure you get your shit done. That's what it seems like from an outsider's perspective. But do you keep a regular schedule, or what do you do? Like, what's the process like for you?
I mean, I think it's really flattering that people think I'm prolific, because it feels like sometimes I'm not getting anything done, but it's just being in my own head, you know. But I don't do schedules. I always feel like I want to start doing schedules, but I pretty much just do a to-do list before I go to bed. And if I'm working the next day, or if I'm not working the next day, I try to get everything on that to-do list done. I have a monthly to-do list and then a daily to-do list that I write before the day.
Hell yeah.
And that's pretty much it. And whether or not it gets done, it just goes to the next day. But I really, really try to get everything done as much as I can.
Are you taking any days off, or are you drawing comics pretty much 7 days a week?
7 days a week.
Hell yeah.
Only time I take days off is when my girlfriend, if like my girlfriend lives an hour away, because she lives in Allentown right now, and she goes to Temple. But they sent everybody home, at the beginning of COVID. I live in Philly, just on my own with a roommate. Mm-hmm. And so if she comes up to visit for like 2 weeks, I'm not even sitting down at the drawing table. And or if I'm visiting down there, I'm not drawing anything. So. Do
you find that nice though, being able to take a break?
No, I don't. I really wish I did. I do think that there is some mental health issues going on with not being able to feel good about not working. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like I don't think there's another way to, I'm not going to finish a book by going to the spa,
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's good that you have this work ethic already. I mean, to be honest, like it's really impressive. I mean,
well, thank you.
Yeah.
But you do have a point about the mental health thing.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Something's gonna constantly crack. Like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you hit a point of burnout yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I was in kind of a block, but anytime I have something that feels like a block, I feel like it's not real. Because I do have so many ideas. It's just I don't know if they're good. So, but I think a lot of what makes any idea good is just execution. So I don't think I just get hung up on if the idea is good, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day with ideas. I don't think.
Yeah, and I mean, you're just working through it, so at the end of the day, like you said, it's the execution, it's getting shit done. And even myself and a lot of people on here at the show, you're your own worst critic, so you might think it's a bad idea, but, the execution proves otherwise. So you've started to work with this character, Alonzo Sneak, and you said earlier that, you want to build, a universe around him. Do you think that this is something that you're going to stick around with, for a long, long time, or just something that you're going to do for a couple years?
Yeah, I really have no idea. I hate to say, because I did say universe, but I really hate saying that because I feel like it just sounds like I'm like a Marvel idiot, like someone that wants to do like the MCU, and I really just fucking hate. I cannot stand anything like that. But when I say universe, I just mean like this, like just like the same cast of characters and different kinds of stories that you think wouldn't work in. Yeah, that doesn't sound coherent at all. But I just mean like, yeah, I'd want to stick around with that idea.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just edit that fucking piece out. I'm sorry.
It sounds like you're trying to build your own kind of fictional world in your comics.
Yeah.
But you don't want it to be interpreted as like the weak shit that
right.
happens in comics with that kind of stigma.
Yeah, I want to find new things to draw in the same place. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
No one does. It's fine.
Nope.
Now, getting down to brass tacks, what's your favorite Happy Meal toy?
Oh, man.
He's gonna say some shit that like we don't even know about, dude.
Yeah, it'll be after your time.
Be like some Ben 10 shit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never liked Ben 10. I always thought that shit was so lame. But I do like the Spider-Man 2 toys or Spider-Man 3 toys from 2007, where they had the big head. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I never saw those.
Oh, hold on, that was Burger King.
Oh, okay. I mean, you can do Burger King too. That's fine.
Yeah, Burger King's for the poor people.
No, Burger King actually always had the dopest toys, though. I swear
they did.
They had small soldiers when I was growing up. They always had the license to Pokemon. The Rugrats and like Nickelodeon shit was always there. So Burger King always had the cooler licenses. I mean, McDonald's would get like some big ones like Power Rangers and Batman and shit, but Burger King had solid Happy Meal toys.
Oh yeah,
agreed.
Was it Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 3 toys?
No, it's Spider-Man 3 because Spider-Man 3 was 2007.
Oh, I see these. Yeah, they're little like big head statues.
Yeah, okay. they were like really well made.
Proto
like,
Funko Pops.
Yeah, totally. These are total. Yeah, same kind of vein.
I wish Funko Pops looked like that because Funko Pops, I think they suck. I don't know why they decided to do the like 2 eyes and nothing else.
How tall are these statues? They look pretty tall.
Oh, they're the same. They're pretty much the same size as Funko. I think they're actually way smaller. Like, they're probably like
2.5 inches or something.
Yeah, like the size of like an iPhone, or
okay.
Little less.
Dude, the Peter Parker Spider-Man has a removable mask.
I know.
Ooh.
And
I had that one.
It's like his body's plastic, but the mask is cloth. That's pretty badass.
Yes. And then they had one that was just Spider-Man with the plastic mask.
Oh, okay.
So it's the best of both worlds all the time.
Yeah,
Hell
you won't
yeah.
see that nowadays anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really want to buy them all again on eBay, but I don't know if I want to go down that hole.
Dude,
They're probably pretty cheap, honestly.
I was actually looking when I was looking. They're like between $7 and $10 each. The
Yeah,
removable
yeah.
mask is like 15.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, if I justify buying that, I'll probably justify buying other stuff. So
That's how it starts.
No, you're smart. Yeah, that's exactly how it starts. Because
Yeah,
but I'm the same way. For like the past 2 years, I've wanted to buy the Batman Forever mugs. I think I've actually said that on the show for McDonald's.
I've never seen those.
Yeah, they were like glass, and like they had like the Riddler, Batman, Robin, and Two-Face carved into them. And like the Two-Face one was sick because the handle of the mug was like, it was a carving of like Two-Face like flipping his coin, but it animated the coin flip in a curve on the mug, so the mug handle is like a flipping coin. It's so sick.
Yeah.
It's so
those like
sick.
faux glass mugs.
Yeah, it was so sick.
Yeah. Those were pretty baller.
Yeah, I kind of want a set. You can get them for like $25, but then because it's all glass, shipping is like $25. So
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Right. I don't know.
and then
Kind
if
of
it
worth
breaks,
yeah. But yeah, now that we're off of Happy Meal toys, no, I don't have any other questions for him though. So JB, you round it out before we get into listener questions.
So, how did you kind of boil down your process and kind of get to where you're at now? I mean, obviously, it's a constantly changing thing. You know, it's never ending.
every time I finish a comic, I'm like, there's like 2 weeks where I'm just like, I don't know how to do this. Like, how did I ever make anything? I don't know how to draw. Like, how do you do panel borders? I don't know. I'm looking up how to make a comic on YouTube. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's so sad. I just forget everything because while I'm doing it, it's just about finishing. It's just about getting it done. And I'm not like working smart and like taking note of things I do that help like make the process better for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like,
but that comes through. I mean, like, as we had mentioned, you've been doing this for a minute now, for a while, considering how young you were when you started. But it's, it's like a constant fucking struggle, and you eventually figure it out, or you don't, and you just keep making the same mistakes. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of big names that do that.
Yeah,
probably. Sure. I don't know. I feel like I'm always doing it wrong. Like there's always something I could do. Like I don't know how. I seriously don't know how anybody draws panel boards. That's a genuine thing. I have a way where So do you guys know those like screw clamps where it's like a metal clamp and then at the bottom you turn it to tighten it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have 2 of those and a plastic ruler, and so on my desk. So the plastic ruler acts as like a ledge. And so I stick the edge of the paper up to the ledge, and I have a straight edge triangle thing, and I do the straight lines like that. But I don't know how anyone do people just hold up the ruler to the paper and hope that it's straight? Like
T-squares.
Yeah. Well, I've tried a T-square, and it keeps falling off my desk. So
you need you need to do it like on either one of those drawing tables or get one of those fiberboard. What do you call it? Like drawing boards with the clamps on the top.
Oh, okay. All
so
right.
that might be able to help you. Another quick, easy way of doing it that I've heard of is taking gridded paper and then drawing out your panel lines that way, and then light boxing it onto your page.
That, and I've also seen people like do like a 9-panel layout, 6-panel layout, 4, and they just like literally take an X-Acto knife and cut it and just like.
Oh hell no! Fuck that!
Oh.
No.
Yeah, that sounds like more work.
That is.
I've seen people do that though, like, and they lay it over the page and they can just trace the boxes. You know.
Sorry to anybody who does that, but you're wrong.
A lot of people now, what they'll do, and this might not apply because you might not like the aesthetic of it, but a lot of people, when they're doing their pencils in digital, they'll also print out the panel lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nate, you hate digital work, right?
Can't. It's yeah. I wouldn't cheat on my PSSA assessment. I wouldn't cheat on my comics.
I cheat every day.
Sorry, I realize PSSA is a Pennsylvania standardized testing for middle schoolers that nobody else would know about.
We got a couple people from Pennsylvania that listen, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Philly's got a pretty decent little comic scene. You guys have Partners and Sons as a shop, then you got the Reptile House crew. Do you hang out with any comics people up there? I think Pat Alisio's up there too, actually.
I hang out with Steve Arnold.
Okay, shout out Steve Arnold, yeah.
Shout out Steve Arnold.
Yeah.
Fantastic letterer. And he's great, but no, I don't really hang out with anybody. I don't really make time / want to do that, so.
Hell yeah.
I just, I know we got We got Charles Burns up here. We got Lale Westfind up here. We got Mr. Box Brown up here.
Okay.
But no, I've never seen any of them. I don't think. I think also because COVID, I probably would have seen people if I did a zine fest or something. But
have you done any shows ever?
Nope, never done a show.
Okay, gotcha. And you're doing Space in Columbus, right?
Yeah,
Assuming
yeah.
Delta doesn't kill it?
Oh, Delta is definitely going to kill it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm making a poster for it right now, and I'm leaving space to write what could have been, and then write space, because Josh Pettinger and I are sharing a table there.
Okay.
And so it's just a drawing. It's like the hate ball poster, kind of, if you've seen that, but...
So are you drawing it for yourself, or is Space actually letting you draw the event poster?
No, I'm just drawing it for myself.
Oh, okay.
And I want to sell prints of it if the show doesn't happen.
I gotcha.
So, or if the show does happen, I want to sell prints of it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll be there assuming Delta doesn't kill it, and I feel safe, so I'll be there with y'all.
I don't think that there's any kind of way that's happening, but we'll see.
No, not at all, but I'm tabling with MS Harkness, which I think we asked to be close to you, so...
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to cough in your direction if that's cool.
That's cool. I got COVID already,
All right,
so...
sick.
Didn't get Delta, though.
Did it suck for you?
No. So I got COVID in April, and I was 12 pages into my last book, Alonzo Sneak.
Wait, didn't you get it right after getting your first vaccination too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I got my first vaccine 2 weeks. It was 3 weeks before I got COVID, and I've been the most careful about. I didn't hang out with anybody, and my friends were really my friend was really starting to hate me for it because I just hang out with 2 or 3 people ever, but they were super upset that I was just they're like, don't you ever get lonely? I'm like, no. And
it's I'm a cartoonist. This is how it goes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
was born in the darkness.
We're just built different.
I'm in a huge place of privilege because I just draw all the time. I can't imagine anybody without hobbies in quarantine. It must be horrible.
Right.
But I was no, I'm not really lonely. I just do this, and I'm fine with it. And I was just paying rent with pet portraits and stuff. I live in a mouse house and a roach house right now. And
your apartment should be condemned from what I've seen.
Oh, yeah. It should be listed as a biome in schools, really, because I've probably seen so many different shapes of bug, and I have nightmares. Roaches in my bed. That's not a nightmare that happened. I woke up with mice next to my bed. It's great. But why did I start talking about that?
Are you planning on moving soon, or aren't you locked into a 2-year lease or something?
No. I just renewed my lease, and I didn't negotiate my rent. They raised it up $50, and I have a huge leak in my ceiling in my bedroom, and I just put a bucket there. And they've never fixed that leak, and it's an old building, so they can't really fix the mice problem, I don't think.
Yeah, shout out landlords.
Yeah, shout out landlords, and can't really fix the roach problem either because they've been here longer than I've been here. This building's from 1930, so it's real old.
Are you are you planning on staying around Philly? Do you think, or do you think you'll ever leave?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about tax and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure people hate certain cities because of that. I've only been here since August of last year, so I don't know really the smart reasons to not like a place. You know what I mean? I don't know, city tax and stuff. But I don't know. I like it because I don't need a car. If I had a car, I would not be able to afford the way that I live right now because I'm pretty frugal, and I just use the bus or I walk. I'm able to pay rent on the zoo, pet portraits, and comics. And that's it.
Hell yeah. One thing that is just incredible, congratulations, is you actually have a French edition of Alonzo Sneak coming out in the next month, I believe, sometime this month, right? In August? Yeah,
there's no date for it yet. I think Jan, who is Zine Panique, who's publishing it, is going to be sending it to the printer on Monday. So we'll see. It should be this month, in August.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And, it's very impressive, and that's a comics market that, you can actually make money in, the European comics market, just because they take it so seriously over there. And one incredible thing that, just absolutely flooring to me is you got the Cowboy Hank dudes to do a strip in your book. So
Well,
how
thanks.
how did
Thanks,
that
by the
come?
way.
Yeah. How'd that come up?
So I've been obsessed with Cowboy Hank
Yeah.
for a long time, and the guy that's publishing the book, and by the way, it's still small press, so it's not like it's and I'm not trying to understate it at all. I don't want people to be like, I don't know, mad
Nate
at
sold
me.
out.
Well, no, just like I don't know. I feel like it's weird to brag about something that's still small press, and I feel like I don't think I'm bragging about it, but
Oh.
But yeah. Anyway, Jan is friends with Peter, who is her seal, which is the guy that draws it. I didn't even know his name was Peter, by the way. So cool. He's bald. And Jan reached out and to see if he could do like a pinup for the book, because he knows how much I love Cowboy Hank. And I've read that Smoke Signal issue that Gabe Fowler published, that Desert Island put out.
Yeah.
It just inspires everything. It's just like the perfect comic. I don't know how else to say it, but it's just perfect. And anyway, yeah, he reached out to her seal about doing a pinup. And then he ended up just doing a full strip. It's like freaking 6-panel strip. And so it's just the honor of my entire life, pretty much. Even it's going to be like, it doesn't have anything to do with Alonzo, but it's still, it's still super nice that he would think, that he would do that for like a small press, zine pretty much.
Well, I mean, it's a huge stamp of, endorsement from him to even want to publish something like Cowboy Hank that's famous, worldwide in your book. I mean, you think about it this way, there's going to be Cowboy Hank completionists that are going to get that just for a one-page strip, and then also on top of that be exposed to your work. So it's like a win-win situation, and he's in a position to where he doesn't have to do stuff like that, in my opinion. So for him to work with you, I just, congratulations. That's incredible.
Thank you, by the way. Yeah, I don't know how Jan tricked him or tricked his assistant to trick him into doing it. I think he's probably just really nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Europeans are they just got sweet blood or something? I don't know.
Aren't the French assholes?
Well, I didn't even know this, by the way, but apparently in Belgium people speak French. I didn't know that, but that's where.
Oh, right. Yeah, he is Belgian. Yeah.
I thought Belgian
I was just thinking your French edition.
Yeah. I always thought Belgium was like a mix between German and something else, but apparently it's just French. I don't know. And yeah, but he didn't seem like an asshole from any kind of interaction 3 times removed that I've seen.
Oh, did he read the Alonzo comic? Did he have anything to say about that?
No, not that I heard. But Jan gave him a copy a while ago, so
Very
he
cool.
obviously, I guess, likes it because he agreed. But I don't expect any kind of communication. I'm just so happy that he even agreed, because it wasn't even my idea. It was just like a super nice thing that Jan thought of. So
yeah, it's great. Your publisher looking out for you and everything. That's really cool. It's good to feel like they're doing stuff for you. So that's kind of rare in comics. So shout out to. Is it coming out as like under Zine Panique? What's the?
So Zine Panique is like the name, I guess, that he is using for the fanzine
publisher.
and his publishing.
Gotcha.
By the way, the Zine Panique fanzine is fantastic. I can't read a word, but it's like the production value is like, I hate to even use the word zine because it's just so.
Oh yeah, nothing about it says zine.
No, or fanzine or anything like that. It's just like it's beautiful, and
yeah, the motherfucker's doing acetate covers.
Yeah, Nathan Cowdery did the cover for issue 3, and it's first of all just like one of the coolest covers ever. And it's acetate, which is like, I've never even seen a cover of a zine like that, like a floppy book. But the Cowboy Hank thing was a great payday for the many hours of hand lettering French translation. So I'm very thankful.
Hell yeah. Let's go ahead and get into listener questions. We did get quite a few for you. Before we do, though, as always, if you want to participate in the shows, we have a Discord. Just DM at GutterBoysPod on Instagram or Twitter, or me personally at Cam Del Rosario. I'll send you a link. Just don't screenshot. Don't be a cop. You can submit questions there, and there's a lot of, cartoonists drawing, talking, and stuff throughout the day. Pretty cool place. Also, we put up questionnaires on our Instagram and Twitter, so you can reply to those a couple days before we record, and that's how you get your questions in. So first question, from Instagram came from previous guest, friend of everybody here, Jasper Jubinville. Jasper wrote in to ask Nate, ask him how he likes being in my shadow.
All right, Jack.
Got his ass.
All right.
Got his ass.
Okay, JJ. Only thing I would respond to that with is, Jasper, how does it feel to spend 2.5 years not shipping stuff out?
Jasper actually owes me a package too.
Dude, he owes me so much. It's been dude, he owed me something before Horn Room 1 came out. Pretty much.
All right, Jasper, so you fucked around and found out.
Yeah, he's really got to watch his step. Oh, by the way, Dynamite Diva, the collection. By the way, what month is it? I think it's August. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to come out. I don't know, spring 2021.
Damn.
It's fall, dude.
Nate just disregarding the pandemic.
The pandemic where he has to go out. He has to go out into a crowded area to draw his comic every day.
That's part of his process, man. Don't shame him.
Oh, that's right.
Nate's like, I'm in the crowd drawing every day and coming home and doing the work, baby.
People coughing into my mouth as I draw.
Right.
I survived COVID, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jasper and I both draw the same paper size too, so I really don't know what's taking him so long. I don't know, maybe he just takes things in a little bit slower.
Yeah, now that you're on the main feed, we're bringing you both onto Patreon.
Oh, baby, yes.
I'm still waiting on...
It's like hobo fights, but with kids.
Right.
Well,
he's old.
It's like the daycare that got busted a few years ago for having the child fight club with toddlers.
Yes. Toddler Fight Club. That is the next bonus episode.
I'm still waiting on my Matsumoto zine. I'm waiting on Dynamite Diva 1 and 2. I'm waiting for my Ugly Dynamite Diva contest prize, which, by the way, I already found out what it was. And I sent him... I also sent him...
A kiss on the forehead?
Yeah. I sent him Horn Room 3 as a trade for this old Robert Crumb comic that I don't have. Still haven't gotten that. By the way, Horn Room 3 came out in fucking March.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm not bitter about it.
If you want to do the real flex, drop a collection like a month before his.
No.
Come on, do it.
Yeah, I love the I love you all because you all obviously are friends, but I also love that you all take the gloves off and it's a really good dynamic.
Yeah, no gloves here. But anyway, Jasper, it feels great being in your shadow.
Okay.
Friend of the show, Box Brown asked, "Teach me how to draw a horse." That's not really a question,
thanks.
Box.
Thanks for the question, Mr. Box.
Bro, put the stogie down. Let me get to Maddie's question here.
Well, I was just going to say about the horse, I only know how to draw a horse from doing caricatures because we had to draw like girls on unicorns and stuff like that.
Oh, that makes sense,
so
yeah.
I would not know how to draw a horse without that job. I wouldn't know how to draw a lot of stuff.
So, Box, what you need to do is you need to go get a season pass to the zoo and sit and observe Nate like he did the character artist, and you'll learn how to draw a horse.
There you go.
Yeah.
Our boy Maddie asked, "How many times have you made yourself sick from eating expired food?"
Too many times.
Nate, some of the pics you used to post were just vile, bro.
Oh, I know. Yeah, one time
You have stepped up your cooking game, though, admittedly.
No. I don't know what makes you think that. I think I just limited my
Well, you're buying bagged chicken and salads now. How can you fuck that up?
Exactly. Yeah. Listen, food is just fuel.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time Nate was on like I guess like video chat with us, and he asked us if this mayonnaise was good, and it literally looked like water.
Oh man.
It looked like oil. The thing is, I thought it was like that thing when you have Greek yogurt in your fridge and it separates a little. You just got to stir it up.
That's disgusting. What the fuck?
So I was just so I was
It's
making
like the all natural peanut butter, all natural mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Yeah, mayo, all oil.
I was trying to make a garlic aioli for my frozen fries. And by the way, those fries were just horrible. Because I thought, so I hate whenever you make frozen fries and they're not crispy, right? I don't have an air fryer. I'm not going to get one out of space. And so I was trying to look up how to make fries crispy. And so I saw this thing where you put the fries in like a bowl of water to make it so like the starch like goes away, so it'll be like crispier. Mm-hmm. And I found out that's only if you're hand cutting the potatoes. If they're frozen fries, they're already cooked. I didn't know that. So I was putting oil on the pan and I was putting it in the oven, and I was like, oh man, why do my fries always burn? It's because I was putting oil and making them dry. And I didn't know they were already cooked because they're just the pre-bagged fries. So yeah.
It's all trial and error. In like 4 or 5 years, you'll be fine, man. We all go through it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
But I've eaten a lot of expired food.
Alrighty, next question came from Instagram user Stimling. Did I say that right? Stimling.
I think it's Stymling. I don't know.
Stymling. Okay.
That's Travis.
Okay, what up, Travis? Travis said, for Nate, will we be seeing any gup on any new existential journeys soon?
Probably not. I feel like I thought that was like my best comic I've ever made whenever I was making it. Mm-hmm. And turns out it's like a lot of people really don't like it. Like just my friends, I've just asked like their brutal opinion. And, yeah, I don't know. I was like losing interest in it because it was just, I don't know what it was. Probably not, though, Travis. Probably not. Mm. It took place in Hornham 1, 2, and 3, mm-hmm. Which were my first comics that I actually published, like that weren't just for myself. And I thought they were really good when I was making them, which is probably the sign that it's shit when you're starting out.
You just feel like you're cooking.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, this is going to be so cool.
Hell yeah, I'm going to put some oil on these fries.
Yeah, right.
It's just fuel, baby.
I was like, wow, this is like my Mickey Mouse. It's like, wow, Uncle M 2035. I'm going to be drawing this in books, this little character. And no, it's just complete shit. So goodbye, Gup.
All right.
Okay. So, next question. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. We got some good listeners here. Finally.
Oh my God.
Connard 54 asked, have you seen the picture of the two-headed girl giving top?
No. Well,
I haven't either. Have you seen it?
Oh, of course.
Man,
well,
I'm
you're
not
missing
looking
out.
it up.
Okay.
No.
I'm going to go ahead and jump over here to the next question. We should change our web address to gutterboys.twoheadedgirlgivingtop.
Oh, wait a second. Are you talking about the two-headed? Oh, I thought you were talking about the three-headed girl giving top. I look at the two-headed one. I look at the two-headed one every night.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul along the Watchtower asked, how did Nate find out about Gutter Boys?
Yeah, I just found out from Eddie Raymond, Strangers Fanzine. Oh, by the way, everybody that talks about Eddie and everybody that talks about Strangers just says Eddie. If you look up Eddie, you're not finding shit. So it's Eddie Raymond.
I just don't want to dox, dude.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Well, I didn't. All right, sorry. Never mind.
Leave it in.
As I'm saying that, I'm actually realizing that's probably on purpose from him. He probably just doesn't want people to know his life.
He signs everything as Eddie, so
yeah. All right, I take it back.
Yeah, his name is Eddie, not Raymond. It's not Raymond. That's not his last name.
I think it's like Eddie Jones. I don't know.
Van Halen.
Yeah. But he just told me about it. Well, because we were just talking about Ed Piskor one day, and I was like, yeah. So I was watching this video of it was Jim and Ed unboxing Daniel Klaus Artist Edition, and this was like a while ago. I used to watch them all the time. I learned so much from those videos, you know. Mm-hmm. I really don't like what they're doing now. I've also just lost interest really in just the videos. But there was the one where they were unboxing the Artist Edition, Daniel Klaus, and then Ed is saying, "Oh yeah, for the complete 8-ball, Daniel Klaus, man, he just keeps bitch slapping me." And I'm like, wait a second, do you think you're on the same level as him? What are you talking about, bitch slapping? And he's like, yeah, he keeps bitch slapping me. He printed on the inside of the box for the collection. And I was like, dude, what? What are you talking about? Like, I feel like that's something like, I don't know, like someone in the same level as Klaus should be saying. Like, I don't know, like maybe like Jaime would say, oh, I really like the cover of that, collection, how he redid it. Oh, he bitch slapped me. But like also Jaime probably wouldn't say that.
Yeah, no.
Right.
No.
He's saying that, it's probably masking some kind of insecurity there.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't have. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I don't have anything publicly against Ed Piskor or anybody like that. It's just, I just thought that was like, and I mentioned it to Eddie. I was like, did you notice that? Like, that was just, I just thought that was just such a weird thing to say.
Yeah, I think, you don't need to have some sort of like vendetta or fucking like blood oath against someone just because you think they're corny as fuck.
Yeah, I also just don't get the this is for all my N-words with the.
Yeah, and for anybody, since we have like listeners that hang on to things we say, somebody could say, "Oh, well, they it does seem like they care about this guy." This is a comedy podcast. I know some of you all don't view that this way, but this is a comedy comics podcast.
Yeah, anyone that's getting mad,
bits, motherfucker. Let us cook.
Yeah, bro. No, comics are not about having fun.
You have to be serious.
Yeah, no jokes allowed.
I also don't get the whole. I really hate to say this but like I feel like both of them have kind of made it because they've appealed now to the the regular
the Make Comics
Wednesday
crowd.
Yeah, mainstream comics.
Yeah, Wednesday Comics guy, and so this Wednesday Comics guy is used to like thinking like that everybody's a celebrity in comics, and so they go to the Fantagraphics section of whatever SPX or I don't know, not SPX, but like a Heroes Con where there's like isn't there like an indie area?
Indie Island, I think they call it.
Yeah, and so like they see Ed Piskor and they're just like, oh man, it's like I'm seeing Mark Anthony, and it's like no,
Mark Anthony.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to think of a celebrity,
I guess that's how they feel.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think of a modern icon,
Gotcha.
But I think that both Ed and Jim have kind of embraced that like this like weird celebrity aspect of their brand, and it's like nobody else is like that. Like nobody. I really don't think that they. I don't know. I just think it's lame.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, next question came from Instagram user Chuck Knight. Favorite shop in Philly?
Comic shop?
Yeah, I would assume.
Oh, yeah. Well, my favorite shop in Philly's gotta be
Grocery
Walmart.
Shop. Yeah.
Walmart, yeah.
Walmart does sell comics now. They sell Comicsgate comics and DC comics.
They do, yeah. I came across one. I should send you a picture of the photo I took. It was like a whole cardboard stand in an aisle.
Of the Comicsgate people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people on Twitter post them. I'm like, Jesus.
I like the idea that if there could be a world where comics are as accessible as like a Sprite can or something, that'd be kind of cool if they were like everywhere.
Yeah, I think it's great that comics are in Walmart. Just, it sucks that those comics are in Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a reason why they're like those are the only ones, but
yeah, like imagine if their entire like Blu-ray selection was just like those fucking straight to TV movies from the Christian channels.
Yeah, like I hear about all of you old people that were born in the 80s and 90s who are talking about how they saw issues of Batman in the supermarket line. It's just like, I mean, I probably don't really care that it's Batman or like Marvel or anything, but it's just cool. Like, go to the gas station and there was like comics. And
yeah, 100%. It used to be at 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, yeah. I cannot even picture that.
There would be a spinner rack in every like gas station.
Yeah, that was the fucking the time.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you'd get like 16 titles. It'd all be Marvel and DC, but I mean, you could still get, comics everywhere.
Right.
Bizarre.
And I mean, it's still, maybe it's just in Kentucky, but there's definitely still Archie Double Digest in the checkout lines here.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Which is crazy that Archie still finds stock. I mean, somebody's got to be buying it. I mean, they've been doing it for 40 years, so.
Yeah.
Do you think people with Alzheimer's like buy those books and they just have like 20 copies of the same issue?
Oh my god!
Well, I mean, a lot of those books are just reprints. So if they're old people that have been buying them for years, I mean, I've got so many Archie books that are just reprints of the same stories. And
awesome.
I love that. I love the Archie model, not model, just like the
style.
No, like the fact that it's like in everybody's mind that's what you see in the supermarket is just so
no, their brand.
When it's Halloween, right? When it's Halloween time, there's a Halloween Archie collection in Target. It's just like that's just so cool.
Yeah.
That's actually the only time I'll buy a double digest because like they're like $10 now. Like they used to be like $3 or $4 when I was a kid, but
yeah, they're expensive now.
Thanks, China. No, I'm kidding. I don't even know what that means.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Yeah. No, I mean, like, I'll only buy the Halloween special now. And that's
Yeah.
just because I like Halloween shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wanted to have a Halloween comic out by then, but I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, that's something I want to do every year, and it's never happened yet. I mean, I've done anthologies, but, like,
Yeah.
I've never done a solo Halloween book.
It's because you never want to do anything that's Halloweeny until after summer, and then
Too
if
late.
you really wanted to,
Yeah,
if you
'cause,
really
like-
wanted something, you have to do it way before.
For real, like, you got to start working on it in, like, March, April. You know,
Yeah.
and it's like, I don't want to fucking think about Halloween right now.
I mean, if you wanted to really speed it up, I guess you could, but I got other things too.
I mean, that really easy press book, 666, was supposed to come out
666.
in Halloween, but yeah, it's just...
Is that still coming out this Halloween? Did it already
Volume
come
2?
out?
I don't know. Issue 1 is has been out
man.
for almost a year now.
If there's
Yeah.
at least one Halloween-themed small press comic, I'll be happy. I like to read things that are happening like now.
I'll say it right now. I'm doing a Halloween anthology that the proceeds are going to charity. A bunch of people in the Gutter Boys Discord were like, yeah, let's do a Halloween anthology, because I was like talking about the one we did a couple of years ago. And so there will be a little Halloween anthology coming out. Nate, if you want to do a strip for it, you can. You don't have to. Yeah, so
I might do it.
yeah, Evan's doing the cover.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
Yeah, and
You
Jazz
know-
is in it. Mark Martinez, Michael Sweater, and Benji said they were interested, but I haven't talked to them in a while, so don't quote me on that.
You
But
should
yeah,
just keep all the profits, Cam.
no, we're not going to do that. But I do want to. We haven't decided on a charity yet. I want to go with something like with dogs or animals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should give to the Puerto Rican Fund,
yeah,
There you go.
aka me.
yeah,
Just Nate.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Instagram user King of Nails. Shout out to Jonathan. He asked, John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, or Woody from Toy Story?
Wow, what a limited view of the world. God damn.
Oh, fuck.
I would have, well, actually, so whenever I was little, I used to do the same thing as I was talking about with the Spider-Man, where I would watch the movie and pause it and then draw each scene. I would do that with Toy Story. I've seen Toy Story probably hundreds of times, and I still rewatch DVDs and movies all the time, especially when I'm working on a book, because I don't have to look up. Like, I've probably seen, this is going to sound real 19 years old of me, but I've probably seen Ghost World and Taxi Driver at least like 80 times since last year, just because it's just like the perfect movie to watch while I'm drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So I know everything. And then there's like 3 commentaries on the Criterion Collection of Ghost World. And like, I think there's like 3 commentaries also on the Criterion Collection of Taxi Driver. And they're from the 80s. So every time a new person talks, it's like, Martin Scorsese. And they have like a little robot voice say who the voice is that's talking. Because it was on like on a weird laser disc before. Okay, wow, that was bad.
No, I do know. I actually know what you're talking about. The only Criterion edition of Taxi Driver was on Laserdisc. They don't have the rights for it on DVD or Blu-ray, which is kind of
they
weird.
do.
They
Oh
do now?
no! Sorry, no. I don't have the Criterion Collection of Taxi Driver, the Blu-ray, and they have all the old stuff from the old Criterion.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's what I
Gotcha.
have. Although I do think I thought they did do a Criterion Collection.
No, I think the license expired. I mean, because there was a Criterion Laserdisc of Taxi Driver, but that's the only edition of that exists under their banner or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, I love that movie.
So are you picking Woody?
No, I'm not picking any of them. Freaking limited view of the world. But I would. It's like, what kind of soda do you like? Coke, Sprite, or Fanta orange soda? Like,
Coke.
Just give me. No,
I can pick one out of that. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
damn.
well, anyway.
Coke is classic, bro.
I would go with John Wayne, personally.
No,
I'm going
well,
Woody from Toy Story.
Nah, man. Woody can't pull off pretending to be Mongolian. Like, think about that. That's range.
Yeah.
I really like the difference between the Clint Eastwood and the John Wayne. Like, just the American and the European Western is just cool.
Yeah.
To watch those back to back because they're just so different.
Yeah, they're very different. Yeah.
But I love The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's probably one of my top 10 favorite movies. That's another one I'll watch when I draw because it's 7 hours long.
Dude, I love spaghetti westerns. I could talk about that shit all day.
Oh my
Have
god!
you ever seen any of Sergio Corbucci's films?
What did he do?
His most well known is Django.
Django. Okay, yeah. No, I have that on hold in my library for like a long time. It just hasn't gotten to me yet.
Oh damn! Yeah, I mean that one's a banger. But I actually think his other movie, The Great Silence, is a little better
Yeah, there's a whole list of
Django.
movies that I need to see.
Dude, Cam, go watch Great Silence. It fucking rocks. It has Klaus Kinski in it as the villain.
Oh shit! Okay, sick. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't really use a lot of westerns as direct inspiration for Alonzo Sneak because I don't want it to be trapped in like a homage to old western movies.
Right.
I think the western comic is like anytime I see one, it's just the worst. It's like so bad and so boring. Like
It's also like it's really hard to top what's already been done by a lot of those French artists. Like, you know, like I don't know. I wouldn't want to be put in a position where I have to follow up with that.
right. Well, my biggest inspiration for Alonzo Sneak visually is has anyone ever... Okay, well, I don't know about you guys, but there's definitely somebody listening that in 2019, when Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out, there was a Mad Magazine Once Upon a Time in Hollywood issue. And
I've got it.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So they have the... it's Lousy Law, the spoof of it, and it's like it's not a spoof of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's a spoof of Bounty Law, the show in the movie, and it's like it's got like that duo shade like look to it, where all the grays are from scanned old duo shade, and just the way that looks was how I wanted Alonzo to look. If anybody's seen it, they know what I'm talking about.
No, for sure. I got you. Yeah. I subscribed to Mad because it's like a year subscription for like $17,
Yeah.
you know, and I subscribed because it was like when they were about to close up shop and they were like, please keep Mad alive by subscribing. And I was like, well, shit, you know.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It sucks because those new issues aren't in any Walmarts, any pharmacies, anywhere.
No, they're only distributed comic shops now.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Like, I used to be so excited to go food shopping in high school because I would go to Mad, like food shopping with my mom, and I would go to see the Mad magazine was there, and that's where I saw the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood one, and I was just so in love with it, and now it's gone. So I don't even see it in the comic shop now.
My shop will get them. I see them on the wall, but it just shows how little Time Warner or whoever fucking owned Discovery cares about comics. Like, you know, they were just like, yeah, we're just going to axe Mad. It doesn't make us any money. But when it was, you know, DC running it and had, you know, the decisions and the reins of it, they were like, this is important. So I felt like they were putting it out because they knew how important Mad was to comics as like a long running institution.
Yeah, like I see Bubbles more than I see Mad, and it's like, damn, Mad is really just a small press shit show now, huh?
Mm-hmm. So next question came from Instagram user Pengul_Dampu. Ask about the pens, paper, gear, etc., and storyboarding process, please. We kind of talked process, but do you have anything you want to put a bow on with that?
Yeah, sure. So anytime I start a comic, I write down everything I want to do, everything I want to draw, and it doesn't even have to be related to the story. I also have like a notes folder on my phone of everything I want in the book. Just like I see something cool and I want to draw like a naked lady with boots. I don't know, but and so then from there I'll just do random stick figure pages of different scenes, and it's just one page with like 30 panels on it, like really small, and that's how I work out. And then after that, I pretty much just wing it, and then I edit as I go. I use cheap like $2 brush pens that they're called Tombow. But they have like a ton of Japanese lettering on them. I don't know what it says, but yeah,
it probably says Akira Yoshida.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It probably does say that.
Yeah,
I'm sure he uses these.
I'm sure. Yeah, named after him.
Yeah, for his studio pictures, he's got to have them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I use I buy like really like cheap, thick, the cheapest paper that's thick at an art store that isn't computer paper. I buy that and then I cut it down to 8.5 by 11, and I just draw like that.
Why don't you just buy 8.5 by 11 paper?
They don't sell it they don't sell 8.5 by 11 paper that's not computer paper, and I don't like it when it's super smooth.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Instagram user Benjamin C. Montreal. We probably mispronounced that, but
sorry, Benjamin C.
He asked, do you ever sneak subversive treasures in your caricatures? Oh, we kind of touched on that a little bit. They weren't very subtle, but
yeah. Back in the day, in like 2016, 2017 era, I would spend a long time on them, and I would really try to make them like look really good, look really funny. Those were probably like completely how I draw my comics now. Like those old caricatures, they're real bad. Got a lot of rejects. Still get some rejects, but I draw pretty much in as close to the cute style as I can. But no, as soon as they sit down, as fast as it can be, and I want to get them out of there and upsell them. So
Hell yeah.
real sleazy. Yeah.
I mean, that's
it's your day job, bro. They're I don't know what you're making, but they're not paying you enough.
Nope.
yeah. And
Well, you make commission if you upsell.
it's also not that different from like any other job. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, next question.
Alrighty, next question on Instagram came from Lolly_comic. Nate, what kind of music do you play?
I don't know if this person means like me or music I play when I draw. I listen to a lot of like
Taylor Swift.
Walter Wanderley. No, not Taylor Swift.
Walter Wanderley, yeah, shout out.
Yeah. It's like elevator music, pretty
Mhm.
much, but it's just so addictive. I also listen to this thing called Rupa Disco Jazz, which is like it's like Indian disco.
Oh yeah.
From the 80s. Do
Yeah,
you know
that
about this?
Oh yeah. I got a
Yeah.
couple
man.
of comps.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's my
wow.
exposure to it is like comps and YouTube playlists. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I just listen to that, but I play. Like I said, when I was in high school, I just wanted to be like a rock star, and so I was in a band.
Weren't you making a record recently? I thought I saw
Yeah.
it in your story. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been 80. That was with my bandmate, my best friend Dylan, but I've been 80% done with a record just of my own for like a year and a half. And I just haven't made it a priority. I just do not. I've just been doing comics. So
Well, and to show the duality of man, Nate sent me some tracks of from that record, and I'm not just saying this because, like, you know, Nate's a friend. I was actually genuinely surprised that I enjoyed the tracks. Nate is making really cool music, so if you ever put that out, you know, it's got good tracks on it from what I've heard. But you also have this video on your YouTube
oh, what the
of
hell?
your band getting booed.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's unlisted, but I sent it to you. Basically, we played a show. It was our very last show in January of 2020, and we finished the song, and it was silence. And my best friend, bandmate Dylan. Well, so when we had the band, when we recorded, it's just me and him. But when we had a band, we had two other friends that filled it out for us. And so we finished the song. And no one clapped, and he says, "No applause," and he points at them, and then it's just like super light applause, and then it's over. It was so humiliating, but that's okay because
Were you feeling it, and the audience just didn't, you know, reciprocate it? Or
oh yeah, well actually no, that song that we did was really really bad because we wrote it before the show.
Oh, okay,
So
gotcha.
We were just trying to jam. We thought we could be like Grateful Dead and just jam for 5 minutes, and it would be so good. Oh man, but it was bad. It was just bad.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. Anybody that was at that show knows.
Oh,
it was bad. That was the last show we ever played too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
right before the pandemic. That's why the pandemic happened, I guess.
Yeah, we caused
You all
it.
caused it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Friend of the show, Jazz Heiss asks, "Am I your best friend?"
Jazz, I'm sorry, that's just not true.
Damn.
You're not.
Damn.
Fuck off, Jazz.
No, but Jazz is great though. Jazz is
Yeah,
great.
Jazz rocks.
Yeah.
She's a mom. I mean, how could you not love moms? I
Yeah,
mean,
we all
come on.
love moms. on
Don't
the
get
show.
canceled, Nate. Don't. No, we
All
don't.
right.
We love our moms. We are not categorizing any individual here.
No.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay. Instagram user epope_inc asked, "What is your reaction to being called a prodigy?"
And
I
that's
don't know.
because I phrased the question as we are interviewing child prodigy.
I mean, we brought it up
I don't-
before. It's not. Yeah.
You are a prodigy. Yeah.
I don't really, I don't really like internalize that because I don't really think of. I think prodigy. I think like 5-year-old Mozart or something. Like it's like I don't know. I think I just started really early, and that's why my comics don't look that horrible. I don't know. But when I think of prodigy, just the word, I think of my old boss from my caricature job was talking smack about me
Mm-hmm.
with some other coworkers, and the other coworker told me, and they were talking about me because I was new, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, he's so young in this job, like it's so crazy that he's learning all this stuff now, blah blah blah." Because I was young, whatever. And then she says, "Well, you know what they say about child prodigies." And I still to this day don't know what they say about them, but it must not be good.
Yeah, I don't know what they say
does it
either. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, we should make the outro to this episode "Smack My Bitch Up" by Prodigy.
Oh, I was gonna put on the uncut version of "Let's Get It Started" in here.
Oh man. Oh man.
God damn it.
I mean, you can't cancel us. The song was released like 10 years before this podcast even started. And the
Well, what
last
I
time I
think is
checked, we're not
what's-
in the Black Eyed Peas, so.
Right. Not to
Yeah.
comment on that song, but what I think is crazy is that was offensive even back then.
Yeah.
Like, I would think
Totally, dude. Totally.
because in
to
the
their credit, they do have that line right before the chorus where it says, "In this context means no disrespect."
right.
Is that actually in the song?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not saying it's good that that song exists. I don't think it should be a thing, but
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that in what would that have been, the early 2000s, like when saying that word was like so like I don't know, so normal. Like it was in every movie. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know. My mom still says it. It's like
Sweetie,
I'm
let's
like,
get
yeah.
Nope.
I'm just
not
quoting
saying-
his mom.
Yeah, I don't want to get canceled yet, so
Yeah, no. That's
I still got time.
Yeah, well, give it like 10 more years. You're still young. Eventually they'll make being Puerto Rican cancelable, so.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
just a little Puerto Rican. I'm
You
the
should
Puerto
just-
Rican that could.
You should just put a beep on you saying that word, and then
Yeah.
if anybody gets mad, we'll be like, "We didn't really say it. It's a bit."
Yes, fill in the blank. Shout out to all my homies.
Oh, we had one good episode. Now we're back.
Homies.
All right. So now that we've ended this episode on a high note, where can people find you on social media? Get your books, etc.
People can find me on Instagram at Nate Garcia's Cartoons. And by the way, people keep forgetting the goddamn S. It's Garcia's at the end. I just noticed people forget the S, but
Is George Lopez still following you?
Oh, good question.
yeah, George Lopez is still following me. By the way, I'm not actually mad about the S. It's just funny to me that people always forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking, why aren't you showing feet?
Right.
Because he's not on OnlyFans.
Yeah, you gotta pay for that. Come on.
Okay.
I'll draw it for you for $20.
Oh, you draw your feet for $20?
Yeah.
That's a steal.
Just imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. So people could find me on Instagram, Nate Garcia's Cartoons. People could find me on Facebook, just my name.
Don't tell him about Facebook. Don't add him on Facebook, people.
Well, if Instagram dies, that's all I got. So
You're gonna get a bunch of weirdos.
that's okay. They could DM my mom. It's okay.
Hell yeah.
And I've got copies available of my latest book, Alonzo Sneak, at my Big Cartel, NateGarcia.BigCartel. I ditched Etsy because Etsy just looks horrible. I don't trust orange apps. I was telling JB that.
Yeah, very sus. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
Wow.
Where do you go from there, huh?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Alrighty. Well, as always, we appreciate you all listening. Thank you to Nate for coming on. I am Cam Del Rosario, JB Rowe. Stay gutter.
Moja, body moja, moja, body moja, aha, di moja, moja, body moja, moja, body moja.